All right, in this lesson, we're going to look at different forms of quadratic equations and different things we can do with them, all right? Look at the instructions. It says complete the following information. So here's the equation, negative 2x squared plus 4x plus 3. They want us to find the vertex, the max or min, the line of symmetry, y-intercept, and graph. Well, in standard form, those things are hard to pick out. So I think the first thing we should do here is get this into vertex form so we can do all that stuff. So remember, to get it in vertex form, we're going to need to complete the square. So let's do that. So notice the leading negative 2. I'm going to factor out the leading negative 2 out of those first two values. And I have x squared minus 2x plus 3. Now I'm going to complete the square. So I have negative 2. I'm going to copy the sign, cut that in half, and square it, plus 3. Now I have to add something in here to balance out what I've just added. So remember what we did. We took the, like in this case, the negative 1 squared is 1 multiplied times negative 2. That means I added a negative 2. So to balance that, I need to add 2 right here. All right, now let's clean this up. So I have y equals negative 2 times x minus 1 squared plus 5. Now we're in vertex form. Now we can figure out, okay, where's the vertex? Remember, it's the h and the k, but I have to switch the sign of h. So it's 1 and 5. Well, we max or min. Well, I can see the negative 2 here means it's going to open down. So it has a maximum. But where's that maximum? Well, that maximum is the y value. So it's a 5. Line of symmetry is going to be x equals whatever h is, in this case 1. My y-intercept, remember y-intercept, you can pick that out from the original standard form up here. That comes up here, so I just write this as a coordinate pair. So I go 0, 3. Now we can graph. So let's first put in our axis of symmetry. It makes life easier. So at x equals 1, I'm going to put my dotted line in. And my vertex is at 1, 5, so that's way up here. I know it's going to open down. So I know, and the slope, if you will, is the 2, but it's opening down. So if I go over 1, down 1, normally, instead of 1, I do 1 times 2 gives me 2. Okay, reflected over the line, I get this point. And then going over 2, I would normally go down 4, but 4 times 2 gives me 8. So I'm going to go 6, 7, 8 right here. Reflected over the line, there it is. And then I draw my curve. There's my parabola. All right, let's look at this question down here. Which quadratic equation contains the 3 given points? You can use your calculator's table feature to eliminate choices. So I'm given these 3 points, and I want to know which equation does it go with? Well, we're going to use this little your calculator. So let me blow this up so you can see what's going on here. In your calculator, what you're going to do is plug in your answer choices. So whatever equation you put in, what you're going to do next is go to second and graph. And right above it, you'll see the blue word table. And it's going to give you the table of values that correspond to that equation. Okay, so when I put in the correct equation for answer choice A, and I went to the table, I want you to see the values that it brought up. These values are part of this equation right here. So let's see if they match the one asked for us in number 2. So I'm looking for 0, 2. Well, 0, negative 2, so already it's failing. So 1, negative 3 doesn't work. 2, negative 6 doesn't work. So I know for sure A is not. All right, here's the table when I put in equation B. Let's see if these values match up with the ones that were given. So 0, 2 in there? Yes. Is 1, negative 3? No. So it doesn't work, so B cannot be my answer either. Now let's look at this last one. Put equation C in there. Let's see if these values match up. So 0, 2, yep. 1, negative 3, yep. 2, negative 6, yep, it's the winner. So we know that equation C is the correct answer for this one. Let's try number 3. So here's my equations. So I put first equation A in my y equals, and I went to the table feature. And let's look at the answer choices that it gave me. So here's table A's choices. Let's see. Let's see if it matches. Does 0, 0, is that in my table? It is, 0, 0. 1, 3, 1, 3, 2, 4, 2, 4. Hey, that's the winner winner. Chicken dinner. We're good. So there's my answer choice. So A works. If I needed to check the others, I could check table B and see that 0, 0 is in there. 1, 3 is not. That doesn't work. So that's no good. And then if you wanted to check C just to be sure, here's table C. 0, 0 is not in there, so it's not good either. So A is confirmed. A is my winner. On the back, it says to write the equation in vertex form given the graph and a point on the graph. Verify your answer using the table feature on your calculator. So let's look at this. Here's vertex form. So here's vertex form. Remember, we have A times x minus h squared and k. Well, A is what we're going to be solving for right now. We're going to solve for A in this set of exercises. Remember, h and k are my vertex. And today they're going to give me the vertex, and they're also going to give me an x, y coordinate. And we're going to plug those in for x and y. So let's try one of these. So number 4 says, my vertex is 1, 2, so hk, and my point is 0, 3, so x, y. So I'm going to plug it into the formula. So y was 3 equals, a is my unknown, so leave it as a. X, nope, we know what x is, so let's not do that. X is 0, so 0 minus 1 squared, and then plus k plus 2. All right, now let's clean this up. So 3 equals a times negative 1 squared is 1 plus 2, so that's just 1a. If I subtract 2 from both sides, I get 1 equals a. So the equation should look like this. Y equals 1, I can write the 1 as there, or I don't have to, x minus 1 squared plus 2. This is what I predict my equation to be. So what I'm going to do now is look at the table. I'm going to put this in my y equals and look at the table and see if these 2 points show up. And here it is. Let's look at this. Did my vertex 1, 2 show up? There it is, 1, 2, yep. And did the point 0, 3? Yes, it did. So my equation is correct. All right, let's look at number 5. It looks a little different. So it didn't give us exactly the vertex and the point, but it does give us a graph. So we can figure this out. Here's my vertex. My vertex is what? 2, negative 3. And I can pick any point I want. I can pick this point right here at 4, 0, or you could pick the 0, 0 point. Either way, you can use them to solve for A. So let's solve this. So if I take my point, if this is my x and my y, and this is h and k, let's do this. 0 equals a times x minus h squared minus k. So minus or plus k, but it's negative. So 0 equals, what is that? It would be 4a minus 3. Add 3 to both sides. So 3 equals 4a. So a is going to be 3/4. That means my equation will look like this. It will be y equals 3/4 x minus 2 squared minus 3. And you can check this on your calculator, double check your work. But let's move on to number 6. Same exact process, here we go. Vertex is hk, point is x, y, and I'm solving for a. So 2 equals a times x minus h, so plus 1 squared plus k. So 2 equals 1 squared is 1. So divide by 1, a is equal to 2. All right, great. Now I'm going to put it in vertex form. Y equals 2 times x minus h, so it's going to be plus 1 squared. I don't have to put the plus 0, but you can. It's not wrong if you don't. Let's try one more. HK, XY. Feel free to pause the video, try it yourself. So 1 equals A times X is 1 minus H, so plus 3 squared plus 2. 1 equals, okay, so 1 plus 3 is 4. 4 squared is 16A plus 2. I'm going to subtract 2. It's going to give me negative 1 equals 16A. So A is equal to negative 1/16. All right, so my equation would then look like this. Negative 1/16 X minus H, so plus 3, squared plus 2. And there's my equation. Feel free to use the table of your calculator to check your work. And that's it. I hope that makes sense to you guys, and we'll see you in class.